Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to another Lou Taught You. With this Lou Taught You, it's kind of been a while that I've been on here. I know y'all probably seen my face, but me being on Instagram, it's been a minute. So let's chat. So I know y'all probably seen some posts and pictures, but I have actually been off Instagram for over a month now. I celebrated Lent. It is a Christian, celebration 40 days before Easter, and primarily you usually give up something, and I chose to give up Instagram. So go figure. And I just kind of want to talk about some of the great things that I got out of it and why I did it. So for me, I'm not super social media crazy, but there have been times that my kids would be almost like I'm not paying attention to them because I'm just scrolling, or you find that you start on one thing and then 30 minutes, 40 minutes later you're on and it doesn't stop. And I was just like, you know what? Let's cut this. So I decided to give up Instagram for Lent, and I want to thank my girls Ash and Dee for holding me down in helping with professionals. But it was so rewarding in so many ways. I felt like the overload that of the scrolling and the content that's on a lot of social media was just too much. You kind of sometimes find yourself invested in things that aren't important in other people's business, and I was happy to free myself from that. I think it's important a lot of times, to kind of pay attention to the things that aren't necessarily maybe the healthiest or best serving for you. And for me, that was Instagram for a while, especially with the state of affairs of the world. And then you know how it gets on here sometimes. I don't I don't think I have to explain it, but I felt it was enough for me that I needed to purge myself from it. Some of my key takeaways were being present, being present in the moment, being present with my kids, not being stuck on a screen, um, you know, not being up all night, not having all of the world's issues on my mind. Trust me, if there's something that you need to know, for people who might have FOMO, if it's important, you will find out about it. It will make its way to you. Certain things can't be avoided, even if you're not on social media. It also reminds you that a lot of things just aren't that important. And I love that for me. I also realized I was not a fan of I don't know. I feel like I needed more substance, because even in trying to, let's say, tailor, your IG as far as who you follow and certain things, I feel like with the algorithm, you can so much go search and it's going to give you a million things that you might have not asked for. You can go check out a reel and it's going to just start another one and you're going to be caught up in it. So I was happy to get away from that. I think I'm going to try to tailor it more so that I can just see content that I prefer to see. Hopefully, that content for you is us, the professionals. But those are some of the things that I felt were very helpful to me. Now, for me, my thing was Instagram, and for you, it could be something else. It could be video games, it could be something that kind of takes a lot of your time but doesn't make good use of your time. So I challenge you to, think of some of those things what that could be for you. Um, you know, a lot of times we might be on here because we're bored with nothing to do, but sometimes it's okay to do nothing. You don't have to fill it with things that are just, passing time just because. I'm not going to pretend like I wasn't on Twitter. I was on there, but I also made sure I didn't, try to replace one thing with the other. But I find that they're two different platforms anyway, but I still was mindful of not doing that, or even video games on my phone. I still didn't want to just jump from one thing to another. So I think sometimes we tend to do that, and it's important to be mindful of that as well. But, I mean, I'm here for a little bit. I think I will make a habit of it. It's kind of like how when people fast, like, it's like a reset, a renew, a recharge, or a refocus. And I enjoyed that for myself. And hopefully I can teach you to incorporate that somehow into your life, in anything that you feel isn't where, it could be or should be. That could be, whether you're Netflix binging or watching shows or whatever. Trust me, there's something that we can all do to tweak things and fine tune, or even just, slowly eliminate to make ourselves better. I don't know if you want to try, an IG fast. I think it's super helpful. It gives you perspective. But, when you are on here, make sure you guys check us out. And hopefully you have a great and wonderful week. Talk to you guys later.